Have you ever felt like your life isn't truly your own? That somewhere along the way, you've lost touch with who you really are? What if I told you that everything you've been doing up until now, the choices you've made, the people you've surrounded yourself with, and the path you've been walking, might have been based on a lie that you've been telling yourself, or worse, that society has been telling you? It's easy to get caught up in the narrative that you need to meet other people's expectations or live up to their standards to be happy, successful, or loved. But here's the truth. If you don't start choosing yourself, nothing in your life will ever change. And even worse, you will continue living a life that isn't truly yours. Stick with me, and I'll show you why choosing yourself, authentically and unapologetically, will transform your reality in ways you never imagined. By the end of this video, you'll have a deep understanding of how your choices shape your life and the relationships around you. You'll discover how, by finally stepping into your own truth, everything will shift, not just in your mind, but in your daily interactions, your career, and even your sense of peace. You'll see that choosing yourself doesn't isolate you from others. It connects you to the right people and opportunities that truly reflect who you are. But here's the catch. If you don't learn how to choose yourself, you will continue down the same path, stuck in a life that doesn't reflect who you truly are. And the worst part? You might not even realize it. You're not just living a lie. You're ignoring the most powerful version of yourself. And the longer you wait to choose yourself, the more you'll resent the world for not giving you what you deserve. Now, to begin, we must examine the lie you've been telling yourself. Let's start with a simple but powerful question. Have you ever felt like you were living someone else's life? Maybe it was the expectations of your family, your friends, or even society at large. You may have gone through the motions of your day-to-day life, always striving to please those around you. But deep down, something was missing. Maybe you studied something you didn't truly care about, pursued a career that didn't light you up, or stayed in relationships that drained your energy because you felt you had to. Somewhere along the way, you started to compromise who you are to fit in, to be accepted, or to meet other people's needs. But here's the thing. When we live for others, when we make decisions based on what others think we should do, we abandon ourselves. And as a result, we often find ourselves resenting the life we've created, questioning why we feel unfulfilled despite our best efforts. Carl Jung, one of the most influential thinkers of the 20th century, understood this deeply. He spoke about the false self, the mask we wear to meet society's demands. But Jung also revealed something powerful. When we choose this false self, we deny our true potential, and that's when we begin to feel lost. If you've ever felt like you're going through the motions, but not truly living, it's because you're not living in alignment with who you really are. Choosing yourself is about finally tearing off that mask and living authentically. It's not easy, and it doesn't happen overnight, but it's the only way to reconnect with your deepest sense of purpose. Be honest, you've sensed this before. You probably can still sense it right now, can't you? That nagging feeling that something's off, even if you buried it under layers of busyness and distractions. But when everything goes silent, the little voice tells you something is wrong. This is because deep down, you know you're not living the life you were meant to live. But the fear of change, the fear of stepping into your own truth, can be overwhelming. You've probably worried about what others would think if you let go of the life you built. But choosing yourself doesn't actually mean rejecting others. It means creating space for the people and experiences that are truly meant for you. The longer you ignore this truth, the louder the discontent will grow. Your soul will scream at you, and eventually, it'll be impossible to ignore. Let's be clear. Choosing yourself is not selfish. It's actually the most selfless thing you can do. Because when you choose yourself, you are choosing to stop lying and live authentically. You are choosing to honor your deepest desires, your passions, your needs, and your purpose. And by doing that, you give others permission to do the same. When you choose yourself, you no longer wait for others to validate your worth. You stand firm in your own sense of value. This is where the magic starts. You may not realize it now, but when you choose yourself, you will feel more at peace, more connected, and more alive than ever before. Your life will begin to reflect your true essence, and everything around you will start shifting. But here's the catch. When you begin to choose yourself, you'll notice something strange happening around you. People will start to treat you differently. At first, it might feel uncomfortable. Some might criticize you, others might even distance themselves. But the secret is this: when you choose yourself, the people who are meant to be in your life will begin to respect you in ways they never have before. You'll stop tolerating disrespect or half-hearted connections, and those who can't respect your boundaries will naturally fall away. When that happens, you might feel like you're losing something. But remember, if someone leaves your life because you're choosing yourself, it's not a loss. It's a revelation. It's a sign that they were never meant to be a part of your authentic journey. Jung said, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely." And that's what happens when you truly choose yourself. You stop pretending and you stop playing a role. The people who can't accept the real you were never meant to stay in your life. Their departure is not a failure. It's a gift. It shows you who they really are and what they truly value. The relationships that remain will be more meaningful, built on mutual respect and authenticity. Choosing yourself means letting go of what no longer serves you. And yes, that includes people who can't handle the truth of who you are. It's painful, but it's necessary for your growth. And once you let go, you'll find an immense sense of freedom that you never knew existed. Now, you might be thinking, what's left after I've let go of everything I thought was familiar? And that's where the true transformation happens. When you choose yourself, you begin to connect with a deeper version of who you are. You start to align your actions with your true desires and values. This isn't just about selfishness. It's about freedom. Freedom to be free from the chains of expectation and fear of judgment. And when you live like this, something incredible happens. You begin to feel more at peace with yourself. You stop resenting the world for what it hasn't given you. Because now, you're no longer playing by the world's rules. You're writing your own. Your life becomes a reflection of your choices, and those choices are now rooted in your deepest truths. Carl Jung often talked about the concept of individuation, which is the process of becoming your true self. It's a journey that requires confronting your inner darkness, your fears, and your weaknesses. But it's also the path to your greatest potential. When you choose yourself, you stop living for others, and you start creating the life you were meant to live. This shift won't just affect your internal world, it will transform your external world too. You'll find that opportunities begin to open up. People will start respecting you more. You'll walk into rooms and feel a sense of quiet confidence that you've never experienced before. The world will begin to meet you on your terms, not on anyone else's. And that's when true power comes from within. All this might sound radical or even daunting. So why does it all matter? Why should you choose yourself, even when it's uncomfortable? Because when you do, you stop lying to yourself. You step into the life you were always meant to live, and you unlock a version of yourself that is more powerful, more authentic, and more connected to your purpose than ever before. This isn't just about self-empowerment. It's about finally giving yourself the permission to live how you want to, without regrets or resentment. And when you do that, everything else falls into place. Jung believed that we are all capable of achieving greatness if we are willing to face our shadows and live our truth. The path of individuation, while challenging, is the key to understanding who you truly are. And once you know that, once you've chosen yourself, you will never be the same again. Your sense of peace will deepen, and the people who are truly meant to be in your life will show up in ways that honor who you are. When you choose yourself, you stop settling for less, and you open the door to a life that's more incredible than you could have ever imagined. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this: choosing yourself is the most important choice you will ever make. It's the first step towards unlocking your full potential, and it's the key to living a life that's truly your own. So ask yourself, are you ready to step into your true power? Are you ready to choose yourself, even if it means letting go of what you thought you needed? Because, as Carl Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are.